When I was in college, some of my most favorite classes were taught by the psychology professors, and I particularly remember learning about Maslow and his famous Maslow hierarchy of needs. After graduation and returning to my hometown and being introduced to my family's foundation, I really began to see a pattern between the work that we were doing as a family and that Maslow had spent his career developing on his hierarchy of needs. My family began in 1952 with the founding of our foundation, now the 8th oldest foundation in the state of Oregon. And it took us about 25 or 30 years to really truly get organized. We were involved in pretty much just checkbook giving for the first many years of the foundation. Then we began to become organized and realize that our gifts didn't have to be an inch high and a mile wide. We really could see systemic change in the work that we were doing. So we began to work our way up what essentially I began to come to know as equal to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We became organized, we had a process, deadline, applications were coming in, we had guidelines, formal letters and website later on, all the things that you do when you just simply organize your life. Then we began to become very strategic within the confines of our small community. And then we elevated ourselves to be issue and results oriented. Pretty soon we found ourselves leveraging, attracting many more dollars to our community than we could afford to give ourselves. And before you know it, I watched as each member of my family got to the level of where Maslow talked about really self-actualizing. My mother, my father, my nieces, my nephews, my brothers, upon occasion, just loving the work that we were doing in giving back to our community. We built a hospital, we worked on theaters and libraries and community centers and all the things that are so meaningful to the fabric of a small town. And I've spoken with many families across this country, and it is just amazing to me how frequently, almost in every case, every family works their way up the equivalent of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Equally as impressive to me, and as I've noted in my work in this area, is how individuals, the individual philanthropist, also finds a way to get organized, to become strategic, work their way up through issues, and finding a need to leverage, and then truly, as Maslow said, becoming a self-actualizer, just loving the work that they do. And of all the work and all the people that I work with and deal with, what I really enjoy among the most is working with the individual or the family that truly wants to find this path, set a course, and find that the giving that they do is among the most satisfying experiences of their life.